about the cluster analysis. And cluster analysis is a technique which is used to group similar data points into cluster. And what is the main goal? It is to unveil the meaningful patterns within the data where objects in the same clusters are more similar to each other than to those in different clusters. So diverse entities like customer, product, document can be clustered based on the similarity. So let us now discuss how we are going to do the hierarchical clustering first, and then we will going to learn k-means clustering. So here you can see we have SPSS file where there are 15 variables, and these are the 15 statements which we have written. And what we want to do, it is a 5-point scale. You can see the values over here. These are from strongly agree to strongly disagree. One is the strongly agree and fifth one is the strongly disagree. And we have already put all these values for these 15 statements. Now what next we are going to do? We have to click on analyze button. In the analyze button you have this classify. I am using SPSS 15, so you can see 25, and there you can see all the options are there. You need to click on the hierarchical clustering, and in the hierarchical clustering now you can see all these statements are here. What you need to do, select all the statements and click on this arrow. Once you have clicked on this arrow, now you don't want statistics for now, because that we will going to take in the k-means. For now we are interested in plots only. In cluster analysis, cases is used for people and variables are used for the statement. We are interested in clustering of people. So what we are going to do, we are again click on plot button, and in this plot button, this is the most important part of the hierarchical clustering. We need to click on the dendrogram. We are going to get some tree like structure in the dendrogram that will going to give you an estimate how many clusters can be formed. This is the only thing which you are looking for hierarchical clustering. Now click on continue. Again we will going to click on this OK button. For now we are not saving any variables because we want to see how many clusters we want to create. Now you can see we have 20 cases in the data. We have taken a data from 20 people. Now what is most important thing for us? This is the dendrogram, and dendrogram is the most important thing which we are interested in. Now what you can see in the dendrogram, if you will going to see from this aspect, you can read this dendrogram like this. So these are the 2 points. So clearly you can see how many clusters. So if you will going to start reading from this particular aspect, then you can see 2 main clusters they are first forming. One in one cluster, in the last you can see 1, 14 and 15. This is coming and creating one cluster. So this is one cluster you can see is being created. Another is second one is having lot many variables. That means out of 20, 17 is in the second cluster, but that is not a comparable one. So we are going to make we will going to drill down, and then we will try to find out that how many clusters we can create using dendrogram or hierarchical that are comparable. So it can make 3, 4 or 5. So the estimate which this dendrogram is providing you, that we can create some around 3 to 4 cluster. How we will going to statistically prove that those clusters 3 and 4 which we are creating is the most suitable one, that we will going to prove in the k-means. So now you need to understand the difference in the hierarchical and the k-means clustering. Hierarchical is only going to provide you with the estimate of the clusters, whereas k-means will actually give you the statistical significance of those statements in the clusters, that yes, these are the right cluster that we have created. Now let us move to the k-means cluster and find out that how many clusters we should actually create. So now we are going to start with clustering, and we are going to talk about k-means clustering. You can see 15 statements are over here, 15 variables, data view. If you go and see, we have collected the data and the opinion from 20 people about these statements, where one is strongly agree and fifth one is the strongly disagree. Now in the variable view you can see these statements, how we are going to perform the k-means SPSS or clustering in SPSS, we are going to click on the analyze. In the analyze, there is classify. In the classify, you can see this is K means clustering. As I said, K means numbers that we are actually focusing upon. Now what you need to do, you have to collect all the statements and click over here, which is okay. Here number of clusters, by default it is 2. Of course we need at least 2 clusters, otherwise we cannot say it is a cluster. So minimum by default it is 2. We need to, we can make 3 or 4. Now you have already seen how to create dendrogram. There you know that how many you have already got a roughly estimate of 2, 3, 4. It should be comparable one. That means same kind of people around, they should be there in the one cluster. So let us create 4 cluster over here for now. And now what we need to do, we need to iterate it. And this is a kind of a training purpose that we used to do. Maximum number of iterations are always good, so that's why let's keep it 100 over here. Now continue. Saving we are not doing until unless we are very much sure that yes, we want to save these clusters. Let us just find out that okay, whether these clusters are making sense or not. We are okay with those clusters. So first click on options. Here we need really ANOVA, and what ANOVA is going to actually tell you, and ANOVA will actually help us to know that which statements are not overlapping, and are there any different for all the 4 clusters, or what kind of differentiating pattern they are creating. So it should not be like that that all the meaning of these statements should be same. That's the reason we need to see in the ANOVA table which statements are actually differentiating the clusters. So that's why it is very important for us to have a ANOVA table. Now continue, and then what you need to do, again OK button. Now you can see this is the outcome. We are not interested for initial cluster center for now. Let us focus on the first aspect, which is number of cluster. If you see this number of cluster in each case, first cluster is having 5, fine. Second is also having 6, third is having 5, and fourth is having 4 people. So it is a comparable number and equally distributed in the cluster, which makes sense, and that means 20 people are divided in such a way. Now what is required, we need to, as I said, that in hierarchical we will get only estimate, whereas in k-means you will get to know that which statements are statistically significant or not. So let us see that which statements are statistically significant in these cases. So now going to ANOVA table. As I said that ANOVA is actually going to help us to know which are significant one and are not overlapping, and actually helping us in creating those clusters. So if you see which statements are helping you out, so compare it with the 0.05. Fine. So which statements are actually helping? So you can see this statements which is number 7 over here. Okay, these numbers are missing, but if you go and see your SPSS table, there you can see which particular number. So 0.001 is coming in the 7th, where it is written there is a noticeable increase in health consciousness among people today. This is significant. 0.001. Another one, that is the entry of foreign companies has blasted the efficiency of Indian company. This is another significant one. Women play again an active role in making purchasing decision. This is also significant one. Apart from that, which all others are significant, you can see if given the opportunity I would consider settling abroad. This is significant over here, and these last 3 also are significant. So we can see that others are not significant because they are greater than 0.05, and those statements which are less than 0.05 are considered significant, and we have taken all these statements for now. Okay, now we will going to study what these statements are doing, and how they are helping us in creating such cluster. So once we have identified that okay, these statements are making importance, and these statements are helping out in making clusters, now we will going to create a cluster for us. So cluster, you have seen which statements, initial, final, cluster, center, they have already identified. Now let us do other aspect. So now what we have done, we have taken all those significant statements and copied it here, And you can see these are the statements who are actually differentiating factor, and that is why we are making 4 clusters out of this. And let us study how these people are different from each other. If you see the first cluster, their preference, so you can see two first cluster. This is 2 or 3. That means they are more agreeing kind of a people, that they are very positive in nature. So these people are preferring email over traditional letters and view quality products, worth, price, trend to have a positive outlook, and they appreciate the efficiency and value in their interactions and purchases. If you see the second cluster, right, so their choices are more, 4 they have taken only for there is a noticeable increase in a health conscious. They are not agreeing to that, they are more disagree. But otherwise they are very positive, they are mostly they are agreeing to various points. So these individuals are carefully considering their purchases, but desire more could be done related to the products, and they are more thoughtful kind of people, and they seek balance between equality, that is sorry quality and affordability, which indicates a pragmatic mindset. Third one, if you see, these people are actually in the first one they are strongly agreeing that health consciousness is increasing. Otherwise, yes, two or is also there, most of the statements they are agreeing to. But entry of foreign company, they are strongly disagreeing to that, and if given the opportunity they would consider settling abroad. Here also they are disagreeing. So if you see morally, these people are actually thinking twice before buying anything, or kind of a dissatisfaction we can see that they have. And that traditional aspect or cautiousness that we have in our Indian mindset, that is being you can see over here, that kind of dominance is there when they are making such kind of a decision. So this is a third cluster. Fourth cluster is strongly disagreeing kind of a people, who are mostly in the most of the statement they are towards the disagreement, okay. And in the one statement they are neutral. So these people consider TV as a major source of entertainment, view car as necessity, and prefer fast food and convenience product over these traditionalist and conservative mindset. And they value comfort and familiarity as associated with the paternal figures, and they are consider Dadaji. This is I have taken from the Neeraj Kaushik sir side, and I really admire him. You do check his videos as well. And they imply preference for simplicity and practicality in the fourth cluster. So this example and the data set which I have taken is from, as I said, from Neeraj Kaushik's channel. You could also go and check it out. And this is how cluster is being formed, and now we have decided to save it. So let us go back to SPSS and see how we have saved these values in the clustering. So coming back to our cluster, again analyze, that we have classify, k-means cluster. This we have already done. 4 clusters we are, now creating. So how we are going to save it? Click on the save button. In the save button, click on this cluster membership, and then continue. And then again okay. Once you have done this, you can see that final cluster is being created. And now let us go back and see our values. So here you can see the 16th. Previously only 15 statements were there. Now one variable is being added, and this is cluster number of cases. Now go back and see the data view. This is the line which we are interested in, and you can see they have divided the clusters, the customers into clusters. And these customers, so first customer is coming in the first cluster, second one is also coming in the first cluster, third one is coming in the fourth cluster, and this is how you can see. So you are interested in knowing that which customer is falling in which particular kind of a cluster. Once we know that with what kind of clusters we have, what type of people we have, now we can make marketing strategies, decision making to retain these people, to create some loyalty program. Now the marketing segmentation part that we were talking about is being done. Now the strategy people will going to take over, and will going to create some kind of strategies to make these people happy, or they will going to create some other decision making related to these kind of people. So this comes the end of the marketing segmentation part, how we are doing market segmentation using clustering.